Yo guys, what's up here? It is DirectingPete with another great video, and I've been asked so many times, yo, I built a Battle Royale map, and I built an island a little too far off to the side. And because of that, now I have this really big patch of water. What do I do to fill that patch of water? So what we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna fill the gap. It's really here for you to get inspired to see exactly what you can do to fill these holes and these problems in your map. So let's go ahead and get into it right now. So the first thing we're gonna do, go to our map, decide where we're gonna build. You're gonna see here, the center point is that blue point right there. I'm building a little bit to the bottom right when I need to be building more on the top left there if I want to keep my island centered. So I'm gonna start a speed build right now. I'm gonna build an island quite far away from the main island. And you know what, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna go ahead and do Lucky Landing kind of inspiration build here. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because, you know what, I don't see a lot of people doing anything with the Lucky Landing prefabs, or I should say galleries anymore, and I kind of miss it. I miss Lucky Landing. I used to drop there when I was a noob. And yeah, so this is my little Lucky Landing inspired island. Let's go ahead and finalize our island, and then I'm gonna start to build in the gap and make it look cool. All right. I'm not too bad, right? Not too bad for a quick 15-minute build. But, you know, this was really just to quickly create an island where we can go ahead and now look at the map and decide how are we going to fill in this huge gap. So you're seeing here now, we have a pretty big gap here. We have Meditation Maven that I created, and we have this really blank area here. And I could maybe just put a whole nother island in there, right? But maybe this is squished together enough where you can't really fit another island in there, and you just want to create something in that gap where it's not just water, especially if that's final circle. And I see a lot of you do this where you just leave that gap there and maybe throw a boat in there, and that's it. So we have to really get a little more creative than that. All right, so let's go to our galleries. Let's go over to terrain, and let's go into the Shark Cliff gallery, and that is only because I've been using that gallery for my entire map. You can go ahead and just grab, I used to be a big believer of the grassy pieces. I am now since a non-believer because it takes up way too much memory. So I have moved on from the grass pieces of old that I used to use in my BR videos, and I now use these non-grass blade pieces on my map. So let's go ahead and place these around, and yeah, that's really what I'm doing here. I'm almost creating like these little mini oasis spots. So one of the key things you want to do here for this, you don't want to build these high, and the idea is you want to make sure people can see the island that they want to get to, that Meditation Maven that I created. So you don't want to make an island higher or as high as that island, and then people can't really see from a distance what's back there. Or maybe you do, right? But what I've noticed is when you create these little islands in the middle, it's a great spot for you to swim up to, jump on it, grab some loot, get some trees, grab a chest, whatever you need to do, hide in case you're getting shot at from the island. So these little islands are great. All right, so rinse and repeat right next to that island. What you're gonna do is create another island. Don't make it the same shape. Make sure it's spread out far enough. You're noticing what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make sure that I'm not building this one too close to the other island or the main island, right? So we're just doing another mini island here. This one may be a little bit bigger than the other one. What you guys can do, you can keep creating these little islands to kind of bridge the gap. You may want to do it that I actually suggest doing it that way, actually, where you build one by one and make it unique. Maybe, however, though, you just want to power build through this. You don't want to keep rebuilding the same island over and over. You can go ahead and just do a mass copy of one of the islands if you want, all right? Now, I'm not necessarily suggesting you do this only because it makes it look kind of unoriginal. And the idea is you want to make each island unique, right? I already see there I missed one little piece there, but you get the idea for the example. Guys, Grid Snap 2, by the way. I forgot to mention that, and I'm going to just drill it in. every time you do a terrain build, at least using the terrain style that I use, make sure you're at Grid Snap 2 and you will not have any alignment issues. If you go 4 or higher, you run into issues. I promise you, Grid Snap 2 is where it's at. All right, so now what I'm doing, I'm deleting a few trees because we did these mass copies. You don't want each island to just look the same. So now we're gonna individualize them, right? We're gonna grab like a little bush. Because we did these mass copies, we want to place that bush there, place it a different area there, maybe change grid snap from 2 to like 32 on these like placements. And just, you know, start to make them a little more unique if you're going to do these mass copy fabricates. And then also, you know, grab maybe a big bush like this. All right, so let's go ahead and create another thing that may be helpful to filling these gaps. These are what I call little kind of just little circle landing pods that you can hide behind. They're stepping stones basically, right? Like mini islands, if you will. But what's nice about it is you can just copy that the way I just did there and just place them around. You know, make sure you get that grid snap to 2 and just place them around the map. Maybe you can do grid snap 4 if you don't want it to be so like so symmetrical. You can also grab lily pads. Those also help. They're very small, yes, but you know, once you line them up and get them placed properly, put those around and spread them around too. You're going to go into the Craggy Cliffs gallery and you'll find a little canoe in there. This is a great little addition too. You can place these around the map. And once again, it's just gonna fill up that space and really just help us make less separation between the two islands, right? Now moving on, if we go to the Fortilla gallery, and there you will find some bigger boats, and there's actually multiple colors of these boats, which is awesome. Now, here's a quick tip. One of these boats is 393 memory when you place it. However, what's pretty cool is all those different colored boats are the same exact boat, just different colors. So the memory is only 3 on those other boats as you add them, which is great. So you can actually get one of each color on there, and it won't really cost you any more memory than the initial boat did. Next, we'll go into the Viking Village gallery here, and in the Viking Village gallery, we're gonna find this pier looking thing, which is nice. This pier or this dock, what you can do is maybe connect a couple of the small islands together. You can already see this is coming together pretty well. And, you know, I did this really quick, guys. Final thought or final thing to do. We're going to go over to, and this is another great tip, go to game. It's just easier to find that way. So we're going to go to the game category. Then we're going to go to Indestructible Gallery. It's just an easy way to find the Indestructible Gallery. And these rocks in here actually are great. And maybe, you know, let's step out of the norm. Let's put a desert rock in there. Maybe that's a little weird. The reason I'm doing this is I don't want to build an entire desert area right now. So once again, I'm just smashing things together to give you an idea. You can resize these rocks, make them different. You can make a really tall one here that people can hide behind. You can make wider ones, which we're going to do here. And these wider ones, what you can do is make them like another mini island, just another spot where people can drop. So now what we're doing right here, guys, we're dropping a few cactuses onto these little islands that we're making with the indestructible rocks, just so you guys can have a look at what a completed map would look like, just filling that gap. I showed you the map there, and now you're getting a nice bird's eye view of what this looks like. You know, I think I may have added a few too many boats for this. That's okay though. You guys can, you know, add and subtract as you'd like, but this was really to just give you an idea of how to fill empty space on your map, especially in the water when you don't know what to do or you feel like there's just too much openness or open area. So guys, I hope this really helped inspire you to create and fill those gaps on your map, all right? So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and until next time, take care.